Oh, finally. Okay. We got to give a few seconds to let people join, find us.
That's cute.
She got all excited. She saw the video. Come on, shut up.
So it's not the
It's
only-
funny, the decoration behind us. We have a fly swatter. It's like,
Well, smiley face. I didn't even notice it actually. There we are. I see. There we go.
Is it new?
Yeah.
okay, there we go. We got 3 viewers.
Mm-hmm. That's my volume now.
We don't know who they are anymore, huh? I hate that.
Yeah, I don't remember how we were able to see it last time, weren't we?
Well, we used to be able to see it. Now I can't see it for some reason. The person who's doing the film, like, there should be. I guess I can see all the comments. I think people say hi.
Yeah. Have everybody say hi.
All right. Well, we got 5 people. Should we just get started?
That's what we had before, yeah.
Hi, everyone. Sorry we're getting started late. I don't think we've ever actually had a live where we haven't had technical issues. So I guess the trend is your friend. Can we turn that off? It's pretty loud in the background. All right. Good evening, everybody. So the purpose of this meeting is really to introduce ourselves to you and introduce you to the program, especially the new members, and also to highlight some of the major aspects of the program, some of the important things. Now, obviously, the program's just way too big to cover everything. If you all got this email here, there's the blog. If you go on there, the CSA details. Everybody should have gotten this. It's pretty big, which is impossible for us to cover all in one night. So we're just going to highlight some of it. You are responsible to know what's in here, or at least the important aspects, of what to expect and how to pick up your CSA, et cetera, et cetera. And the other reason that we have this live meeting is to answer all your questions. So this is a great opportunity for you to ask questions, and I want to answer them. So I guess that's it. So hi, I'm Yosef. I'm your farmer. I am, I guess the head farmer. I guess everybody that works here is kind of your farmer. But I'm Yosef, and this is my lovely wife, Chava, which many of you know, and many of you new members don't. And then this is Miss Jessie. I'm never going to get that right, and Miss Jessie is our administrator, and she answers all of your questions and all of your emails and stuff like that. Do you all want to say anything? You want to say hi, everybody? No, okay. So you deal mostly with Jessie and Chava. You'll see me occasionally at the CSA drops, and hopefully you'll engage with me at the classes and tours and things like that. But I don't do most of the emails. Anyway, so these are your connections right here. Okay, so let's get started. Are there any questions off the bat that I should get started with?
I don't see any.
Okay, so if you all did receive this program here, all the program details. If you don't have it, I highly suggest that you print it out, put it on your refrigerator or your wall next to your calendar or something like that, so that you can have all the details. In here, it has all the pickup times, it has all the pickup locations, what to expect, seasonal things. It has different dates, it has classes, there's a whole bunch of stuff in here. There's also some articles for you to read and things like that. So print this out, go to www.havafarm.com. Click on CSA News, and then you'll see it right there. It'll say, 2022 Spring CSA Details. There's a lot in here, so let's get started. Okay, what to expect. First and foremost, the season goes from the 31st of March. So there's a Thursday pickup and a Friday pickup. The Thursday is March 31st. The 1st of April is Friday, and that's the first week. So it goes for 12 weeks, and it's all seasonal. Everything we provide you, we grow 100%. So a lot of CSAs aren't. They're mostly a lot of them are like CSA in name only. Some of you have been part of CSAs in the past that purchased a lot of their produce, or they're combined with other farms or things like that, which is fine. But what we do is we grow everything, and everything is seasonal throughout the season. So you're going to get really, really hyper local seasonal vegetables. Let's see here. The goal from our perspective is to give you as much variety as we can, while providing you with at least 10% more than what you paid for. So we've never actually failed at this goal, even in the worst of times. So even during COVID, we had to skip 1 week in spring, and then we had to skip 1 week in winter. So it was like a 2-week period. But even with those skipped weeks, because we gave you so much abundance leading up to and then after, we actually haven't failed in our mission to give you guys 10% more. Oftentimes it's a lot more than that, 17%, 20%, 25%. We calculate it at the end of the season. I haven't done it for winter yet, but that's how we do it. So expect more than what you pay for. But it is a CSA, it's community supported agriculture, and there is a risk that we may not be able to hit those numbers. And just remember, you're buying a share in the farm. You guys are owners in this farm, and yeah, if that makes sense. So the way the season goes is very cyclical. It's always like that, whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. They're always kind of cyclical. So we have to rotate our crops. We have to plant, pull the crop out, give it to you. Then we replant those crops, and that's how we just keep on going throughout the season, or replant a different crop in that same bed or whatever. So because of that, there's always seasonalities. And the other thing, too, is you can't time the crops. It's impossible. It is actually impossible to time the crops perfectly. There's a lot of factors that come into play. Cloudy days. If it's a cloudy day, you're going to get 10% less growth, right? So if you have 20 cloudy days, you're going to have a lot less growth. Cold, rain, all of those kinds of things. There's a lot of different factors that can come into play, and it's impossible to sort those out and plan those out exactly. So there's going to be weeks where you get like a really big CSA share, and there's going to be weeks where you get a smaller CSA share. But overall, expect a fairly consistent CSA share. That's what we try to do, is give you consistency, which we feel is more important. A lot of CSAs will basically just give you bulk as those crops come in. And a lot of times, the number one complaint with CSAs, is that you get too much food. So it's important to us that we keep it consistent, that you get a wide variety of vegetables, and that you don't get too much and that you don't get too little. So that's something I can't say perfected because it's impossible really to do that, but it's something we've gotten really good at doing, and we're going to continue to do that. And I think this year is going to be a great year. Okay, every Thursday. One of the important things about being a CSA member is paying attention to the communication that comes in. You're going to notice that all of our communication states constantly and consistently that it is your responsibility to check the times, the dates, all of that stuff. We try so hard, believe me, because it costs us a lot of money to not do this. We try really hard to keep things on schedule. Last week we had a big snowstorm. We had to change things last minute. Thursday morning we woke up, boom, there was 6 inches of snow on the ground. It was very treacherous to go out. We were only expecting an inch. So it was Thursday morning that we had to decide, we're going to change the times, we're going to change the dates. So we had to send out an email. We did a Facebook post, we did a Facebook community post, we did 2 emails, and we offered people to get credits and things like that. So, but some of you didn't answer, some of the members didn't actually read the emails. And then that obviously creates a problem. So it's very important that you recognize that we are a farm, and we harvest. One of the great, wonderful things about a CSA is that we harvest fresh for you, and so that means like we're harvesting that week. So we can't really pull things forward if we see snow or whatever, but bottom line, we have to deliver and et cetera, et cetera. So there are times that we change. So it's very important that you pay attention to the communication that comes through. That brings me to the point of every Thursday morning, you're going to receive a blog or an email, and what that's going to have is a preview of what you're going to receive in your CSA share that week. And so what was on the harvest, etc. It's also going to have a couple of updates and maybe some announcements, whatever. It's important that you read those, at least skim through them, because there are sometimes some really important updates. But if there's something critical, we will send it out with the title and say this is important, like we did last week. Also, every Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I guess, because I'm the one who writes the newsletters, and sometimes I'm really busy since I'm also the head farmer and I run the business. Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I try to get out a newsletter every single week. That newsletter's a lot of work. It's great. There's a lot of information in there. There's a lot of articles. There's some videos, a word from me. We've been doing this interview series, which is a lot of fun. There's a Did You Know, usually an educational article in there or something like that either I write or someone else writes. And then there's updates, and there's coupons, and there's announcements, any changes. And that also, since that one comes out Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, if you scroll all the way to the bottom of that newsletter, you're going to see the harvest for that week. Now, nothing's guaranteed to actually be in your bag on Thursday or Friday because, like I said, you can't guarantee these things. Excuse me. But in that in that list of the harvest list, I usually put in descriptions, what to do with the vegetables, what are the vegetables, and usually I'll give a link. Like if we do something like celeriac, not everybody knows celeriac, so I'll put a link for ways to prepare celeriac and some recipes, etc. I might not do that with lettuce because everybody knows lettuce, but keep an eye on that stuff. Sometimes I'll put in some videos or some pictures and things like that. So go all the way to the bottom, you'll see that harvest list. So if there's nothing else you want to see, you can look at that. Okay, are there any, well, let me finish this section, I guess. Okay, I think all right. Before I get to the pickup, are there any questions so far?
I don't see any questions.
No questions?
Nope.
Type your questions in the comments below, guys, so I can answer them. I want to be specific to you and get all the questions that we didn't remember to put in here. Okay, so pickup. There are 2 ways to pick up. When you all signed up, you all chose either traditional or market. Sometimes you don't even know what you did. A lot of members go, I didn't even know there was a choice, and they just got to pick something. So there's a difference between traditional and market. The traditional share is a pre-packed bag, and some people love that. They don't have any say in what goes in those bags unless you have like an allergy or something like that. You can let us know. But I try really hard to organize the bags as to give you the best variety as possible, to give you some staples in there that everybody loves, and then also to give you some new items and try not to give you the same bag every week. And so some people really love that. They love the challenge. They love the convenience because they can just come and pick up a bag and head out, especially if they're in a rush. They don't have to stay around. Plus, they usually get a really nice variety of bag. Then there's the market style. And market style is really cool. It's very unique to our CSA. There's not many CSAs in the country that do this. It's very difficult to do, so we really need more participation at some of our drops. Some of our drops, it's like the majority of people, and they absolutely love it. Some of our drops, it's not the majority. And if we don't have enough participation, we're going to have to get rid of it. But market style is awesome. This is one thing that really sets our CSA apart. It's the option for you to get choice. So you show up, you say hi, we say hello, and then we just tell you how many items you get, and then you go and you just select what you want. Now, some people don't like that because they don't like the the time that it takes, or maybe they rush, or they usually come late for the CSA drop or something like that. But it's also a way to get to know members. It's a way to rub elbows with like-minded people and to get the items you want and to not get the items you don't want. So those are the two options. You can also switch. You can also change. So if you feel like changing your traditional to market, you can do that anytime you want. You can do it every week if you want. You can be traditional this week and market next week, or market next week and traditional this week, whatever. I think I just said the same thing. But you can change anytime. So all you have to do is follow the same rules as everything else, which we're about to talk about with timelines, and just get your request in to us before Sunday night at midnight, and we'll just, Miss Jessie here will add you to the list, and she'll just adjust whether you're going to be a market or a traditional, and we'll just put you down, and when you show up, it'll be ready for you, or whatever. So, any questions so far? Okay. I need to smile more? I don't know. Let me give you a tip to everybody watching. 2 hours before preseason, not even, it wasn't even 2 hours. I have to admit it. I have to. Guys, I did something really bad. I found some marshmallows, like a bag of marshmallows, and I ate like half the bag, and I feel really sick. That's probably why I'm not smiling. Sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you, honey. Don't do that. Oh, it's terrible. All right, any questions so far, guys? Girls, ladies?
No. So they said beautiful smile.
Thanks.
Andrea's towel.
All right, everybody. If you're following along in this, we're now at communication. I'm skipping some of this stuff because you can go back and you can look at some of this stuff. I'm just going to try to get all the highlights, etc. All right, communication. We talked about time. So all communications for changes, holds, requests, etc. must come through the right channels. Now, I wouldn't say we're a big organization, but we are a pretty complex organization with a Hava Community Initiative, a Hava Farm Nursery and Garden Center. And so we have all these different contacts. As you see, we have all these different emails here. So if you're going to email the nursery, please get the right email, et cetera, et cetera. And then we also have all the websites and social media here. And then if you're going to post about us, which we would love for you to do, please, please, please. Oh, I can't even get it. Man, I am terrible at this. Use those hashtags there, to spread the word. And now that I'm thinking about it, I never ask you guys for reviews. But, reviews are so important. So if you want to give us a review, we would absolutely love you. So go to Google and look up a Hava Farm and give us a review. We'd love to have you do that. And then also on Facebook. That'd be great. Anyway, moving on. Any questions? You guys are going to stop me, right?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Did you know that you can get your share delivered to your door? You sure can. Keep in mind there is a fee, obviously, and there's a discount if you pay for the whole season. What is it now? Is it $11 delivery and then $10 if you pay for the whole season? Is that what it is?
10 per delivery if you pay for the whole season. 11 if you go
Okay,
seasonal week.
that's probably going to go up in the fall if the gas prices continue like they are. So that's pretty easy. You just go online. This is where we deliver inside this map. So go online, follow these instructions here. It's pretty easy to do. The best way to do it, well, I guess the only way to do it right is you have to actually have a profile on havafarm.com, right? Mm-hmm. Is that right, Hava? Mm-hmm. Okay. So if you don't have a profile, just go to havafarm.com. It'll say log in, register, make yourself a membership or whatever, and then you can go in and put in your stuff. You can have a profile. And is everything okay?
Yes.
Check the water in the chicken tank.
Oh.
So that's pretty easy to do. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you have any questions, just email us. But get your deliveries. You can do those weekly. You don't have to sign up in the beginning of the season. You can do those this week or next week or the week after or whatever weeks you want. You don't have to worry about paying for the whole season if you don't want to. But if you do, you get a discount. Okay, so one of the really cool things, another cool thing that sets us apart are holds, credits, and double shares. I don't know any other CSAs that do this. What we do is if you're going to go on vacation, if you just don't want to CSA share that week, you're still working on the last one, you can send us an email by Sunday night at midnight for the next week. And this is very important. This is very important. Please, Sunday night at midnight, because first thing Monday morning, Jessie comes in, she prints out all of the sheets, she updates everything, and then she sends it up to the team. And if we don't get that stuff in by Sunday night at midnight, then making those requests is pretty difficult to do. Then once we hit the ground running on Monday morning, we start harvesting and stuff like that. So once we harvest that food, I mean, that costs labor, and then once we harvest it comes out of the ground, it's gone. So if you decide on Wednesday you don't want a CSA share, then we donate that food, and so that's a huge loss for us. It's great for a family in need, but that's a loss. So please, Sunday night at midnight, make sure that the holds, double shares, credits, all of those things come in at midnight. So what that is this: if you're going on vacation, send us an email. You can hold it, and then you can get a credit. That credit you can use the next week or the week after or any week you want. Same thing. Email us Sunday night at midnight the week you want that double share, and just say, hey, can I use my credit? And then you'll show up that week and you'll get 2 shares whenever you want. If you are an automatic renewal member, those credits can be carried over. They are not used to lose it. If you are not an auto renewal member, those credits get wiped out at the end of the year, at the end of the season. Okay. But that's kind of cool because you don't have to worry about going on vacation. Okay. Also, keep in mind that those double shares, again, just like everything else, nothing's guaranteed. Because if we are, I don't know, a tornado comes through here and we're really scrapping for food and everybody's asking for double shares, then we probably won't be able to give it to you. I doubt that's going to happen, but I'm just saying. And there are no triple shares, so no triple shares are allowed. Okay, everybody, we're moving on. Any questions so far?
Not general questions.
All right, so CSA pickups, locations, and times. This is the note I was telling you about. Times are subject to change due to unforeseen circumstances. Please be aware that it is your responsibility to check the weekly packing list for updated information and changes at www.ahavafarm.com/blog. We also email it out. We also put it on Facebook. We also put it in the Facebook community group. So we put it basically everywhere, every week. You can't miss it. There's no reason to miss it. There's no reason to miss updates or announcements or anything like that. So we can't control the weather. So if we have to change, and also there's a couple of holidays that we're going to have to change the pickup location. So and I put that stuff in there way in advance. I mean, I put it in there weeks in advance usually, so that you guys can know. And every single week you're getting a newsletter. Every single week you're going to see these announcements, so that you're not caught by surprise. All right, I'm going to go ahead and skip all of this pickup information. You guys can look at the maps here. Let's see, what else? Okay, so when you guys show up to your CSA, we have extra veggies for sale, but they're only available for market-style members or traditional, well, for members, non-delivery members. They're only available for non-delivery members. If you email us and you want some extra carrots in your bag or something like that and you're a delivery member, we can try to do that, but we can't guarantee it because all requests need to be put in Sunday night at midnight. Well, you don't even know what the harvest is for that week, so it's very difficult for us to guarantee extra carrots or something like that in your bag, and then it becomes very confusing with payment, whether or not we actually got them in your bag and chasing down and stuff like that. So that's going to be very difficult. So if you want to try, you can try, and we'll see if we have it available that week, because I'll just know if we do or not. But generally speaking, we're not selling extra vegetables to delivery members. So that's one downfall of being a delivery member. That might come, but as of right now, we don't have a system for it, and it becomes too complicated. But if you are traditional or a market style and you pick up, then we have some extra veggies for sale. Obviously, in the winter and spring, it's going to be smaller amounts. Late fall is going to be smaller amounts. In the summertime, hopefully we'll have a lot more. We'll always have like plants. We'll always have microgreens available, and then usually some roots and things like that. We will not have the whole selection of what's available for the CSA. That's just not possible. But one thing that's really important is that if you are on Snap, whether you're on Snap for CSA or not, if you use EBT, whether you're a member, you're not a member, it doesn't matter. Everything is 50% off if you use Snap, because we can double up all of your value through Colorado double up bucks, which is really kind of neat. So make sure you take advantage of that. I mean, think about that. That's pretty cool. Members that are on Snap that get our CSA, especially because our prices are not very high, you're getting literally the purest food on the planet. The purest you're going to find. Environmentally, the purest in the highest nutrition, all of these things, the highest brick scores, etc. Our food is amazing. And it's with Snap, it's less expensive than getting vegetables at Walmart. So I wish I could like spread that to everybody. Like really, you're getting like the best food for prices less than the junk, the non-organic junk at Walmart. So it's really kind of a cool deal. So if you're on Snap, take advantage of it. Okay, referral program. We do have a referral program here. If you are, if you refer someone to a Hollow Farm CSA, you and your friend get $35. And there's instructions on how to do that. Okay, one thing I really want to talk about is, do we have any questions?
No, but if you wonder what Jesse and I keep looking at, the 2-year-old is looking at the chicks. So we keep looking at them.
Oh, well, then let's show everybody. They should be able to see the chicks too. We got some new chickies. Ellie Shaver, you want to say hi? Are you looking at the baby chicks? Anyway, all right, so had to do that. All right, so moving on, we're going to talk about the nursery here. Something that's really exciting for us. We've been building this up for a few years. Two things. One, we have, in my opinion, one of the coolest nursery programs in the world. What we do is you order your plants online, you select the date you want them. So if you're planting a garden, you select the date you want that, so you don't have to worry about whether or not they're in stock or not. You can order it all the way back from November, have it ready for you in May, April, whenever, guaranteed. And that's really cool. And that's basically every variety that we grow here at Ohio Farm, you can grow too, and you can have your plant starts. And they're grown to the same organic, beyond organic standards, using renewable energy, et cetera, et cetera. We don't use any fertilizers. We don't use any chemicals of any kind. So number one, most nurseries don't start their own plants. Number two, because they order them all. They bring them all in. They get shipped. Number two, they're not necessarily the varieties that are good here or tested or tried, and all of ours are. Number three, they don't have the same purity standards. Number four, you can't get them guaranteed. Number five, we deliver them. We'll even deliver them to your house if you add on to your CSA or whatever. And then we also deliver to Denver, Monument, to all the CSA drops. So that alone, I think, is just, I wish I could communicate that. I'm not a very good marketer, but that is, to me, that's an incredible program. Not only that, but our prices are lower than any nursery you're going to find anywhere, period. And our crops they're awesome. Like, and I can't talk about it enough. I'm really happy about it and proud of it. I just wish more people would know about it and use it and utilize it. Because if you're going to have a garden, it makes no sense to really go anywhere else. You just order online, have them delivered to your house. They're guaranteed, and they're going to be huge too. Like the I don't know, like $3.50 for a tomato plant, and they're like this big. It's like it's kind of stupid how cheap we do things. I'm like afraid of being too expensive for everything and anything always. So here's the second thing that's really cool, and that is we are starting a store. So it's going to be a Hollow Farm Nursery and Garden Center, LLC, and we have a grand opening. It's going to be May 2nd. For that day only, we have a 20% off sale. Oh, and by the way, not only that, but you also get a discount. So order, if you're a current member, up until April 15th, you can order and you get 10% off by using this code. I mean, so that's, I can't understand how not every single person on the planet's using our nursery. And so then we also have a store. May 2nd is going to be 20% off, and we're going to be starting really small. So we're going to have a ton of plants. I mean, the plants are going to be there, soil's there. We're going to have like garden boxes and some tools and things like that. We're going to be introducing seeds. We're going to be introducing things as we continue to grow, and let us know what you want us to have and what you want us to carry, and we'll carry it. But I don't want to buy a whole bunch of inventory that's not going to move. So we're going to start out small, and we'll have plants available. That's going to be Monday through Friday, 9 to 3 will be open. Yeah. Okay. What's that?
Question.
Oh, a question. Yeah, what's the question?
Well, we have plants available at the CSA pickup.
We will have plants available at the CSA pickups. Nothing's guaranteed. It just depends on what plants we want to bring out. We cannot bring 70 different varieties, or how many different varieties are on the website? Something like 70. It's like a ton. But we'll bring a mix, and we're going to start doing that pretty soon. Probably sometime in April, we're going to start doing that and have some plants available. We definitely will be bringing like living herbs and things. But as far as like a whole variety of garden seedlings, if you're planning on getting your garden seedlings from the CSA drop, you're probably not going to be able to get them all. So, but we will, if you order them, we'll bring them. Okay. All right, microgreens, everybody. Our microgreen share. So this is something special as well. That I wish more people knew about, but it's my fault because I'm not a good marketer, like I said. But we have, and I'm just saying this straight up, we have the single best microgreens anywhere, probably on the planet. Lauren does the most spectacular job with the microgreens. We've been in the industry long enough to know how good she is. She's incredible. So, and not only that, but it's really like I haven't raised our prices, which is going to probably change in the fall. But right now you're getting like $20-something, $25, $24, $25, $26, $27 worth of microgreens for $12.50. It's kind of ridiculous. And then everything is in compostable packaging. Anybody who's had microgreens from the store knows that they like go bad the day you get home, and it's just disappointing. Why spend $7 on a thing of microgreens if they're going to go bad when you get home? Ours are harvested absolutely fresh. They last forever. We've actually tested them. We put dates on the containers. They've lasted for over a month in our cold room. And I'm like, I got to throw these away because they're just lasting forever. So they last forever. They're delicious. They're the most nutrition. 1 ounce of broccoli microgreens is the equivalent of 3 pounds of broccoli. So not only is it the most nutritious thing, it's also the tastiest as well. It's our favorite thing. So if I were a CSA member, I would go to the CSA and I'd buy like all microgreens, and it would be like a $100 CSA share for like for like whatever the CSA share is. It's like, yeah, that's what I would do. Anyway, you guys can get that. It's a big savings. You can have that delivered to your house and all that stuff too. You can read more about it. It's a great program. Okay, the most important part. What? Oh, 2 questions. What's up?
Well, just about, do we do classes, gardening classes, and such?
Yeah, we're going to talk about all of our classes in just a few minutes, and we're going to get into that pretty soon because we're going to talk about Ahava Community Initiative. All right, this is the most important part about being a member of Ahava Farm is Ahava Community Initiative. All right, this is why we do this. This is what it's all about. It's about donating to families in need, being impactful for our community, serving our planet. So you can see here, it's Ahava Community Initiative, Food, People, Planet. So I mean that says it all right there. It's about, we do something really unique. Obviously we do classes and events, and we're going to talk about all of that stuff. But the most important part that we do is we donate food to families in need. Now there's a lot of organizations that do that, but we do it uniquely. Think about every organization you've ever heard of that donates food to people in need. 90% of the time, it's going to be canned goods or non-organic goods. Usually, it's like the stuff that people don't want or whatever. And you go to these like food pantries and stuff, and you're not going to get many fresh vegetables. That's what's so unique about this. Members that are hurting, families that are hurting, they go to ahavacommunity.org. They apply for a donated share. Then the board gets together and we vote on them and we give them membership. No one knows who they are. I mean, the board knows who they are, but we don't mark it on the sheet or anything like that. It's not like you go down as a donated member. You're just a member. You're just a member of our community. You get the classes, you get the fresh food, you get all the discounts, you get all that stuff. And you just become part of our family, and you get a free donated CSA share, and everything's harvested fresh for you. And I think it's really unique. I think it's really special, and I absolutely love Ahava Community Initiative and what we do. It's really truly is why we do everything. Since 2018, we have donated over $226,000 of food donated to our community. That's pretty spectacular. And that doesn't include a whole bunch of things, SNAP, double up bucks and things like that. It doesn't include the 54 outreach events we've done. It doesn't include the gardens. So this year we're actually going to do sponsor some gardens. Again, we did 400 plants last year. All of our tours and classes and events. We're really excited about it. It's Ahava Community Initiative is just really something special, and it just gets better and better every year. And I really hope that you're a part of it. And we'll talk about how you can be an important part of that coming up here in just a second. Before we get into that, I wanted to make another announcement, and that is Friday, May 6th. There's a lot of things happening here at Ahava Farm from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., and then every Friday after that, until the fall, is going to be a farmer's market. So you'll see this big old flyer here. We have a farmer's market here at the farm. It's going to be really exciting. We have, veggies, meat, local artisans, crafts, baked goods, all of our activities, all of our tours, all of that stuff is going to be on Friday. It's going to be a blast. So you have the nursery open and garden center. You have the farmer's market. You have the classes and events. You have the kids' activities. We have like Macaroni Kid coming every week. You have painting with tests every couple of weeks. We have story times. Chava and I, our family, are planning on putting in a really big, what do you want to call it, a play area?
We're going to attempt to do that, yes.
Big, huge play area over there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be really special. I think it's going to be worth your while if you're anywhere within Monument, Colorado Springs, Calhan, this area, to be a member at Ahava Farm, to pick up here at the farm, because there's going to be a lot going on. You can get the bread, you can get the garden, you can get the nursery, everything, and pick up your CSA share and do the classes at the same time. So it's going to be kind of a happening place every Friday.
We have a question.
Yeah, what's the question?
How do I become a vendor? Michelle.
To become a vendor, we would love for you to become a vendor. We need more vendors. Go to ahavafarm.com and then click on Farmers Market. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll see a little link. It says become a vendor. Click on that, fill it out. It takes 3 minutes. And it's a free market for anybody who wants to be a vendor. It's a free market. We ask for a deposit that gets refunded to you at the end of the year. And that deposit is for basically any missed markets and things like that. But don't worry about that. It's a free market. It's a good market. It's going to be fun. Hopefully we can get a lot of people and serve Calhan and Falcon in this area. So come be a vendor. Okay, volunteering, very important. Without you, we couldn't do this. There's a little thing here that talks about what it costs to really grow that bioorganic tomato the way that we grow it. And all of the labor and stuff that goes into that, because we don't use tractors, because we don't use chemicals, because we have to use row covers and things like that. We have to use alternative ways of growing to make sure that our crops come out perfect. But in order to do that, it takes a lot of labor. And, we're all revolutionaries here. I mean, we're all choosing to support local and eat organic, high nutrient dense, healthy, sustainable, environmentally friendly and sound community food. To do that, it costs a lot to do that, to do it the right way without tractors and chemicals and things. So we do rely on volunteers. So please come out and volunteer. There's a whole bunch of information here. There's a lot of different things you can do. It is a community-supported farm. This farm is about you. It's about ACI. It's about serving other people. It's about classes and events. It's about the community. This is your farm, so please make your farm great. So come out and volunteer. Okay, this is how you can get involved with ACI. First of all, there's a board opening, so you can actually, if you're interested in being on the board, you can go to the website, fill out the board application. But there's more than that. Every single week, every one of our CSA members has the power to support families in need. When you show up, there's going to be a thing like this that says, bring a buck. This is the most important thing that you can do as a member of our CSA. When you show up, Ashley's going to say, hi, Suzanne. How are you today? Did you bring your buck? And we're going to ask every member every week to bring $1. Now, if we have 300 members or 400 members or 200 members, whatever it is, if you bring $1 every week, that adds up incredibly. Basically, $300 is almost enough for one family to get a CSA membership for an entire season, just by bringing $1. Now, please don't say my buck doesn't matter. Oh, whatever, somebody else will bring it. Every dollar matters. So if you say that, then the other person's going to say that, and the other person's going to say that, and then we don't get the participation needed to serve people in need. Now, we are 100% volunteer. We have zero overhead costs, zero. Every pen, every class material, every electric bill, everything is donated by us, by Ahava Farm. And so ACI is 100% donation, 100% volunteer, no staff, all that stuff. So you bring $1, that dollar goes to a family in need, period. End of story. 100% of it. It does not get wasted, doesn't get touched in any way, shape, or form. Even like class materials get donated by us, and then all the class fees go straight to ACI. So please, 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 please bring your $1 and bring more. Okay, someone asked about classes. We got classes. Our first tour of the year is actually March 25th. And there's a big typo. It says March 18th. It's actually March 25th. Tons of classes going on. If you look on the next page, you're going to see here Ahava Farm and Ahava Community Initiative upcoming schedule. This is just the upcoming schedule, and I update this every week when I do the newsletter. So I will rotate the dates. These are just the upcoming ones. But gosh, look at that. That's just till May 6th. Look how many activities we have just to May 6th. That's pretty incredible. So we've got a lot going on. Get involved. Come to the classes. Come to the tours. Am I supposed to smile more? I'm all business. I'm trying to get through this as fast as I can. Here's an article for you guys to know what does it mean? Ahava? What the heck is Ahava? It means love. What does that mean? Not the kind of love you think. So you can read that article there. Bags. Bags are important. When we give you a bag, especially traditional share members, if you get a bag, please try to recycle that bag. Now you might think, oh, it's just a paper bag. What's the big deal? They're like 50 cents each. Actually, they're going up. They're more like 58 cents a piece now. So for the spring, if we have to buy all of our bags, and that's just the big bags. I'm not talking about the little bags. The little bags you can't really recycle. But the big bags, that's $1,800 of bags for the spring. It's $2,800 for bags for the summer. So if you can bring your bags, please bring your bags. And if you go to Whole Foods or like Trader Joe's or even Safeway or something, and you get paper bags, bring them. We'll use them. All right. Compost. Compost's important. Every single CSA drop will have a compost bin. We love your compost. And then you can click here. There's a link for you to click, and you can get all the details. Go to lahavafarm.com, go to the more, and then there's a little compost section. Hit the compost. Then there's all the program details, what to bring, what not to bring, no bags, no plastic bags, things like that. Pretty cut and dry. Do we have any questions? Good? All right, our pledge to you. This is something that makes me really proud. This is important to me that you all read this. There's a lot of things in here. We are a value-centered farm. We're not here to make profit. We're here to be the best human beings we can be and to serve our communities the best way that we can be. So we have this pledge for you, and this is really important to us. So please check that out. These are the things that we absolutely promise to never compromise on, and we want you to know what they are. I got through the whole thing. I don't think I have anything else. And it's been 50 minutes, although we started late. So, and you got to see chickies and a little girl. So,
And hear Yosef's confession.
and hear my confession about marshmallows. Man, your organic farmer just ate marshmallows. They were organic anyway. They were vegan organic marshmallows, I'll just say. All right. Do we have any questions? Is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay. That was quick. I hope I covered everything. We love you guys. You're important to us. We're thankful. We're grateful. Eternally, this doesn't exist without you. We need you in our community. We need you as a part of our community. We need your support. We're grateful for it. Thank you very much. Please stay in tune. Please follow those newsletters. Come to the classes. Come to the events. And we look forward to seeing you. Enjoy your food. And we'll see you next week at the first pickups of the year, or of the spring. So, bye everyone. Have a great night.